All right. Can you please introduce yourself? Let everyone know what you do and who you serve.
My name is Wendell Davis. I'm with Adventure Solution HR Solutions, and we help small businesses with everything from recruiting to retiring an employee.
What is HR?
So, a lot of people think it's a pain
Mhm.
because of everything you do, but I say human resources require human interaction. So, listening to your employees, finding out what their needs are, because if you spend all the money recruiting them and they leave you after you train them, costs you a lot of money. I mean, it's on average 1.25% of annual wages for somebody to leave. So, my idea is how do you take HR, which includes payroll, workers' compensation, medical benefits, 401k, and try to get those people to stay to retirement. We just don't have enough of that these days when people want to stay to retire.
Right. And what do you think is the biggest misconception about HR?
That it's an expense and it's usually their counter to the CEO or the C-suite.
Mhm.
Like they're there to handcuff them from doing the things they want. And actually, so what we look at it is companies work in two different areas. They work in a strategic and a tactical. And with the strategic, you want to have a great brand. You want to be number one in your industry. You want to leave a legacy. But once you hire employees, you wake up and you're an employer, which means you have to provide health care. You got to pay taxes, payroll taxes. You have to take care of HIPAA, OSHA, ACA, all of the different, there's a laundry list of things that you now are
Yeah.
or have to provide. And so we try to take that tactical part because most companies spend 75% of their time in tactical and 25% in strategic. And we want to flip that around.
Oh,
So when they use us, we do the tactical and let them do the strategic.
interesting. So I do some consulting and work in conflict resolution and in management. So obviously that's inevitable in any business.
Yes, ma'am.
And a lot of times HR has their own policies and approaches in dealing with these things. But there is sometimes, I guess, a pushback with employees feeling that HR represents the company more than the
Yes.
employee.
Yes.
Can you clarify some of that?
Yeah. So where we come in, we're third party mutual. So the employee can talk to us. We always represent the client, but we give their employees an opportunity to speak freely. Like, hey, there's violence in the workplace, sexual harassment, things like that. So we're there to protect them. Most people think HR are there to limit them, and they really are there to allow them to grow more. Because again, if you're looking from recruiting to retired employee, and this is my personal thing, if I hire somebody, I don't want them where they are 20 years from now. I want them to be, the head of their department, to be a leader, to be a COO. But you can't do that if you're handcuffing them. And so we want to teach them conflict resolution is like, hey, when you have a problem, it's not a problem. Have a conversation with HR, and then they can work with leadership to say, hey, not really a problem. It's just misunderstanding.
Right.
So,
Right. And so we're here at Nashville Entrepreneur Day. So
yeah.
there's tons of small businesses here. At what point should small businesses start considering HR for their own companies?
Yeah. Before they open the door,
Oh,
before they have
so I'm
their first
behind.
employee. Yes. Most companies are, because you go in the business because this is what you know, conflict resolution or whatever. That's what you know. But the employees come with that, and we're not really taught that, hey, you're going to have to pay payroll. You kind of assume that, but with that is taxes. If you're at 100 employees, you have to meet every state and federal regulation there is, and there's hundreds. And so we want to make sure companies know that. And so this crowd is great because a lot of times we talk to companies and they don't even become clients, but we at least pass some knowledge on to them on what to prepare for.
This is amazing, very helpful. And again, perfect place for this. Where can people learn more about what you do and connect with you?
Yeah. So I'm older, and most people think, oh, just send them an email, but I email, text, call, any of the platforms that you have. They can reach out to Wendell.odavis@venture.com. It's
Amazing.
a long name. Sorry.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.